Alright, here's your next video. How to build off of what you already have started. Hopefully by now you've either decided to go with a base made of individual rings, a base made of individual small rolls, or one big rolled base. If you got a big rolled base, that sounded kind of great. If you have one solid base, that is one solid roll, to add on, you need to break your ribs on the edge of the table. I'm going to put just a touch of glue on the end. Not much, just a little bit, and that's enough. I'll look at where my last one ended, right in there, and I'll overlap the ends. So the last one ended right here. I'm going to start my new one about right there. Just by setting it down, making sure that it's lined up and not crooked, and pressing for about 5 seconds. That should be good. Yep. Now, I will take a small stripe of glue right down the center, and I'll start rolling it. I'm going to roll it up on its side so that the table helps me apply pressure to keep the glue, well, not to keep it, but to help the glue sort of spread out so that it adheres and sticks more quickly so that I don't have to wait as long for it to dry. It just helps a little bit. And as you roll, make sure you keep everything centered. If it starts to get uncentered, you're going to end up with a very wobbly bottom. And nobody likes a wobbly bottom, at least not on a vessel. And then I could take another rib and stick it right there on top of that glue and just keep adding on. Think about how wide you want your end piece to be. So the circumference or diameter of the opening of the top of your vessel. Think about how big you want that to be. From experience, I know that you want your base to be at least about half that width. So, that's how wide my base is. If I had another one about that big, if my diameter was about that big, it would end up pretty well. But if I'm trying to make like a great big thing, I'll need a great big base. I'll have to add on more. Now, if you have individual little rolls, easiest way to put them together, white glue, dot, dot, not a lot. There's a song that I sing to the wonderful little elementary kids. A little dot of glue can hold a lot. A little dot of glue can hold a lot. Don't smear it, don't taste it, don't wear it, and don't waste it. A little dot of glue can hold a lot. It's strong. Start with a little dot of glue and hold it for a little while till it sort of halfway sticks. I'm not going to pick it up right now because it isn't dry enough for me to try and pick it up. If I picked it up from one side, the other side is probably going to fall because these little rolls, though they don't seem super heavy, when it comes to white glue, they are very heavy. We need to wait for the glue to dry completely before we try to do anything fancy with it. To get my next little one on there, I add a little bit of glue and a little bit of glue. Match them together. Apply some pressure. And if you don't want to have to sit here forever, one thing that you can do is wrap a rubber band around it, set it to the side, and then make another little triangle of them. Wrap a rubber band around it, set it to the side, and then once you have a couple of these, put them together. Because bigger ones, bigger configurations of them are a little bit easier to work with when you're gluing than singles. I think that rings are almost as easy as the solid roll to put together. A little bit of glue, That's a little too much. I'm going to spread it out. Okay. And now instead of holding it together from the outside, because it's a ring, I can match it up and just pinch it. Yes, I'm Southern. I say pinch, not pinch. You don't pinch somebody, you get pinched. You pinch it together for a little while. And once it starts to stick, you remove your fingers and add another one. But we're going to have it to pinch him too in just a second once I add some glue. Dee-dee, dee-dee-dee. Okay. Put my fingers in there and I'll pinch him together. Applying pressure from the inside lets you press harder without accidentally squishing or collapsing your rings, because they are just made out of magazines. If you squish it hard enough, it will collapse and go pfft, and that's kind of sad. Bases. A couple of different options for bases. If you're feeling very ambitious, I had a thought. I thought, you know what, these ribs, breaking them takes a while. So what if I just didn't break them? What if I folded them instead? What if you had a base made out of other shapes? That's also an option, using other shapes. You don't have to use circles. Those circles are nice and sort of balanced, and once you get it started, it's pretty easy to get a circle going on because you just keep wrapping it around and around and around. These are a little bit more challenging to make, but I've never seen a magazine vessel made out of